fascination with making people watch us eat.
Yeah.
You might be wondering why I'm playing the piano.
Ow. I need my drink.
It's not a fascination with watching us eat. I just like to record us a lot, and majority of the time we're eating. It just kind of happens. So today we have Allison, who is off camera. We have Chell, who is to the left or right. I don't know how this is gonna look flipped. We got Justin right over there. We got
He's in the
Stu.
middle.
It's gonna be great. OMG1. We got Martin over here. Martin Liz. We got Doodle, who doesn't exist. Don't look at his face. It's okay.
This is your fault.
He is but an enigma.
This is just his avatar that he uses to exert his will in the physical world. He is still currently in his trash can.
Yes.
And here is Connor, the man who's obsessed with watching other people eat.
Yeah,
Apparently.
Connor wanted to do this while we were having dinner, so while we were setting up, the lasagna that I cooked for everyone got cold. This is gonna be shit, because the microphone's like right here.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the dead cat?
What?
I'm sorry, but Nate couldn't join us.
Well,
He couldn't. Oh, the dead cat. Oh, that dead cat. The
Yes,
dead kitten.
stupid.
There's a difference between a dead cat and a dead kitten,
I'm
okay?
confused.
The dead kitten is something I put on top of my microphone. The dead cat is a cat that Nate owns up in fucking New Hampshire.
We're not talking about
He's a
Walter.
beautiful human being.
What are we doing here today, Connor?
So today, we're doing the LOVAC Q&A because it was a milestone that we had for 10,000 subscribers, and we have by now passed 12,000. So let's get this out of the way
Interest.
as I proceed to take a mouthful of food.
Be professional, Doodle.
Very professional. And so we got a couple of general questions that I've gathered as a synopsis because we are asked questions on a constant basis. So I've got a couple of general questions. And then I've got a couple specific questions. And my first one's a general question to show that I'm not bullshitting. And it is, can you do more of blank comic dubs? Fill in the blank with whatever the fuck you want.
For this instance, we'll say Homestuck, since that's
Yes.
what we mostly do.
Oh yeah.
So can you do more Homestuck comic dubs?
We certainly can. A lot of it is based on what we can find and what our current cast is capable of doing. We always are trying to experiment with stuff and trying to figure out something that we can flex in for or that we can substitute for. We have lost a couple of cast members from previous years that used to do stuff for us, so it's more or less an instance of we haven't had the opportunity to really or found the comic of we have to replace X character now. So if you guys have something you really, really want to see, don't hesitate to leave a link to something, or send it to us via Tumblr or Twitter or whatever. Don't hesitate to do that. We do look at stuff like that.
Okay, so then follow up. Will you do more comic dubs? Or blank comic dubs?
Yes.
I mean, if we can find...
With an asterisk.
Yes,
So-
with an asterisk.
Yeah.
You sound like you're about to talk about what I was about to go into. So, if you would like to.
Another thing about can you do more X comic dubs? It's not, we've done every comic dub in the world about it. It's just difficult to find new ones that haven't been dubbed a million times already.
Mm-hmm. Final word of notice on that is we kind of covered it in that last segment, but
Here you go, making
a lot of it is also the matter of finding comics. So for something like, people are like, do more Homestuck comics, do more Undertale comics, and they kind of don't really understand that those fandoms have kind of died down a bit. Mm-hmm. There's not nearly as many comics made about those.
Mm-hmm. And
so
I'm
if
sure
we can't...
someone's still making comic dubs
No, of course.
for Homestuck and for Undertale. I don't know, maybe you'll find, what's her name, Shubba Bang. Maybe she's still making Homestuck comics every now and again.
Right.
But it's still the process of going through and trying to find something that we can dub that will be interesting and not just like a boring drain for you guys to see.
Most importantly, you want to have fun with the content you're making. Otherwise, the audience doesn't feel like it's having fun. You feel like you're hitting on a dead horse.
Yeah, it's like when I was telling you to play Cat Mario for Time to Scream, and you just didn't want to do it. I thought it would be fun to see, but in the end, you'd seen it so much, it wasn't fun or interesting.
To answer the question, will we do more insert your fandom here of comic dubs? Yes, with an asterisk.
Elliot the Animator asks, do you plan on traveling more this summer? Which, I mean for Doodle, Chell, and Martin, you guys are here, so that's one thing.
Yeah.
But
Martin has
So,
what do they mean by traveling? Like,
do you plan on traveling this summer or the summer that's passed? And there is a second part to it. If not, then where would you like to go? So let's take this into two parts. Where did you go this summer if you did travel? And if not, where do you want to go for next summer?
I traveled to Missouri to visit my best friends and business partners to do working stuff.
You don't say. How'd that go?
I don't know. I mean,
I totally see you in a suit.
Yeah. Where I'd like to. I mean, honestly, I'm where I want to be right now because I'm with my friends. So not really anywhere else I'd want to go. I mean, I could say, oh, I want to go back to Tennessee and see my hometown, but it's like it's trees and pollen and more humidity than here.
All right, Justin.
Yeah. Well, I haven't really done much traveling. The majority of my time and money was spent in helping prepare for this big meetup. As far as where I'd love to go, I mean, I'd love to go and...
You done?
Yeah. I'd love to go and, like, see where everybody else is from. Like, I'd love to go meet Jenna's family over in Nevada. Or, like, go in... I would love to go meet Connor's family or Allie's family. Allie, Connor, and I have, like...
Thank you so much.
Have, like, tossed around the idea of, at some point in time, going back to California together and letting me be the kid at heart that I am and finally experience, like, a Disney park.
Disneyland!
I've never have been able to go. Never.
We gotta take
Me
it to
neither.
Disney World.
I've never gone either.
So, like...
With the mic, I'm sorry.
But that's always been, like, a long-term goal for me, is being able to go to a Disney park of some sort. But, like, yeah, I mean, really the only traveling that... I've already done quite a bit of traveling before in my life. I've been overseas before as a kid. So, like, that, like, experience alone has kind of been, like, a check off the bucket list. Like, I would love to go back. Like, I went to Australia and New Zealand. And I would love to go back and re-experience that as an adult and being able to do what I want to do while over there. But, like, as far as, like, stuff that I would love to do in the immediate future, I would love to just, like, have more travel time with LOVAC and maybe do more, like, have more of a vacation more than doing business stuff. Like, it would also be a really cool idea maybe to, like, just all go to one, like, particular location together away from everything. Like, we're not, like, nobody is at home while we're doing it and just have a trip, you know? Like, I don't know where that would be, but, like, that would be the ideal thing, is just to, like, actually have a LOVAC vacay.
It would have enough material to make, like, one of those road trip movies.
Exactly.
Sometimes all you need is just a sweet vacay.
On to Stu?
Yes. What?
Have you done any major traveling?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So
for next year?
Maybe.
I
know I'm planning on going up to TFCon with Martine here.
1 year, or less next year.
Yeah. I really want to go next year because I think that by then I'll actually have my funds and everything mapped out so that way I can actually go. But the last couple of years that I've tried for it, it's just been like one thing after another comes in, and it's like car insurance, phone bill, stuff that gets in the way.
Car mechanic failure.
Yeah. The fun stuff of life.
All right, so Martin, have you traveled at all this summer?
A lot.
Really?
But anyway, since we're talking about me...
Put on the shades.
Ladies, his phone number is in fact
not
his
available.
phone number's now flashing on the screen right now.
I have huge wanderlust, and I've always gone about with traveling, and well, it's gonna sound like I'm not gonna try and make it like my whole life story here, but I'm also gonna try and like make it a little unique. I've done like a lot of traveling over like the past few years, and this year in particular, I came down over here. I haven't been here in about 2 years, and at the time I only met in person Connor and Justin and Stu. First time around. I still remember that wonderful pic we had where it looked like you pissed yourself.
Yeah,
that's great.
It's good times.
We can put that up if we want to. Like,
Yeah, in regards, because I'm from Canada, but
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, That needed to be stated. I'm a big
That
fan.
needs to be stated again.
I've gone to like a lot of conventions, and I came down over here.
And we're on one of these.
I especially love visiting
You're not
down to
getting
New
it back.
York. I was actually here for like a couple. I was in New York for a couple days right before I got here, actually, meeting up with some friends, and I'm gonna go back down to New York in time for the New York Comic Convention, and yeah, a lot of it, like part of it, is actually gonna be to obviously have fun there, meet friends, and the other half is just kind of like more work related, because I'm trying to go out and travel to like more American conventions and get some news for the site I work for, ScreenGeek.net.
Is that
Hashtag not sponsored.
Great.
I'm actually hoping to, like I said, go down to the States and travel more. I'm pretty much wrapping up school, so I'm gonna have more time for myself and get to be around such good fellas like him and take him to down to TFCon
Get
finally.
married,
Yeah.
get your green
shit.
card, stay with Stu.
Doodle then.
I traveled here, which is the first time I've ever gone on a plane alone or traveled anywhere. Well, no, not anywhere, but anywhere outside the state alone. Hello?
You made
Did
it.
Made it.
We believed in
You're
you.
never
Proud
going,
of you.
You're never going back.
You're never going back.
You beat Homestuck.
You beat Homestuck.
Fucking Christ.
No.
Congratulations. Golf clap.
I'm not really I'm not really having any other travel plans ever again. No. For the rest of the
Oh,
summer,
fuck you guys.
Or
I'm
even-
going home.
or even earlier this summer. And as far as where I want to go, that would be home.
Please save me.
Mom, if you're hearing this, please.
Who's home?
They're keeping me here. I'm bound by the hands and feet. They just have me edit all day. Connor whips me.
They wouldn't let me go to the mall with them. I had to stay and edit a video.
I'm gonna imagine you guys specifically as wrestling moves to put him down to submission. What do I know?
Con man.
Y'all got
I'm back on.
opinions, Mr. Edison?
No, I have no opinions one way or the other.
Okay, neutral planet representative.
Yeah. I have not traveled really at all this summer, so a lot of my traveling was literally across the street, moving from one place to another and unpacking all the junk. And I'm not sure if I ever went home during that time. And by home, I mean like back to Nebraska, but as for where I would want to go, I have no fucking clue.
West
Probably back to
Virginia.
Vegas, actually. 'Cause that was a blast.
I would love to go to Vegas like at least once.
Yeah, like, I hope you guys can come to Vegas someday.
Life
Next
stories for
question
everyone.
is okay. Back to the general questions. I am an aspiring voice actor, and I would love to audition for LOVAC. How would I go about that?
Fucking do it! Send us a demo reel. That's
Send a
all you
demo.
gotta do. Just show us your range. Can you go from deep and then go all the way up to high? Then fucking show us. That's literally it. Just like
Character archetypes.
honestly,
Although,
yeah, character archetypes are good.
Look up how to do a demo reel.
what might be even more important is to find your like emotional and cadence range as well, and like try to develop that as much as possible. Because
Yeah.
you see people in anime, for instance, that only have one, maybe two voices, and yet they get all of the jobs though, because like they have that cadence, they have the emotional range, and also connections, that too, and luck. But you know, the first two are also important. You can actually do something about. So
In
yeah.
terms
Embrace
of
pattern.
LOVAC, in terms of LOVAC, have a demo.
Should real quick. I know it's the general rule of if you don't know what a demo is, don't audition.
No.
Can we fucking explain
Well,
what
yeah,
a demo
okay,
reel
so-
is to them real quick? 'Cause
Okay,
I
so
It's
remember
the
it.
collection of voices that you're able to emulate, showing your range, variety, and most importantly, you want to make sure that you're acting rather than just making a voice or impression.
Yeah.
One other thing, and this may just be a personal preference, I would rather hear 12 different takes of a protag voice than the same take of some regular guy doing some regular thing, and then your next take is of the same voice of a different guy doing the same regular thing, like over and over and over.
Yeah, range is important.
I would rather hear
It doesn't-
emotion from you
Yeah.
than the same voice over and over and over.
Yeah, like range is important, but range is like the definition of range is subjective. Like range can be like I said, it's good to have a
a vocal range, because that allows you to do a variety of different characters based on how, say, for example, how the character looks or what they specifically want the character to sound like. But it's more important to have a range as far as your acting ability, like being able to portray a variety of different character types. If you, like I said, you could have one decent voice, like you could have one decent voice that you can do, but if you can consistently act in a variety of different emotions and in a variety of different situations, that can give you over the edge of someone who can sound like 13 other different people. Make sure that the quality of that work is as top-notch as possible. Like we found some people who have sounded very, very good at what we were looking for before, but the mic quality is just completely unworkable
that's
like
one of the
you
most
we
important
like
things.
we cannot, like, because of what we do and because of how much effort that we put in there is no fixing somebody's mic quality if it's coming out of your Bluetooth headset for your cell phone.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to take yourself serious enough to upgrade.
Yeah, and especially for
And commitment.
our group in particular, for LOVAC in particular,
This is about to become a podcast in about 15 seconds.
we can coach you. We can help coach you on.
Go on.
Okay, we can help coach you on acting and enunciating and whatever. We can't coach your microphone on being a better mic.
The original rule of LOVAC was to not be an asshole, and that doesn't just go for like getting into LOVAC, but also just in general. Like to derive from a specific example, but not too specific. If someone gives you a bit of constructive criticism on like just tweaking the voice just a bit when you're doing an audition, like a live audition, don't immediately go, excuse me, do you know how many subscribers I have? And then leave and take your friend with you. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Looking at Stu's face, I feel like there's like a personal
Stu.
story you're
No,
probably gonna get
I've
into.
seen it come and go.
I think Allie was
many
there
times
too.
over
It
the
was-
years.
That was my.
But the other
Oh yeah, shit, you told me about
the
that.
other important thing as far as like constructing your
I told
demo,
that story
so
like 3 times.
showcase your range in both actual vocal ability and acting ability. Have it as high quality as possible, so like have a decent mic. But the most important thing, and this goes really for voice acting demos in general, like both in a professional setting and even in a casual setting such as LOVAC, it needs to be concise. We do not, like I said, most of the time in a professional setting, people who are taking auditions do not have a whole lot of time because A, they are busy people who have their own schedules to attend to, and they are also potentially listening to hundreds of people.
That's another
at a
thing
time.
I've heard is most professionals don't listen past the first 30 seconds
Exactly.
of a demo reel.
The general consensus is to have it as close to a minute as possible.
Oh,
There is more on our Tumblr, landofvoicingcans.tumblr.com.
Just
we
one
have
more.
a whole segment about that. You have one more thing, but we are really underestimating
Just-
how many questions there are.
I know,
Go.
just real quick. If you want, you can use, like, you can just grab things from cartoons or, okay, cool. You
Cool. We're podcast now.
Okay,
Continue.
cool. I don't have to look at the fucking camera anymore. Okay, if you want, you can just grab things from cartoons or from anime. You can just grab lines from there. You don't have to make up your own. It's cool if you make up your own, and it can be really emotional. But if you have to get reference from something else, you can.
Jake in the Box 990 asks, what is the group's favorite songs?
Straight up Take On Me. Like any rendition of Take On Me is my jam.
I don't necessarily have a favorite song currently. It's probably a toss-up between the song Shelter by Porter Robinson
It's a good one.
or a really just silly, like, hard style, like, dubstep track called The Flying Spaghetti Monster by Dr. P.
Dream Theater, Octavarium.
Yes! I love a lot of genres. It really depends on the kind of mood I'm into. I love anything from electro swing to, death metal. One day I could feel like wanting to listen to something from the 80s Transformers soundtrack. The next day I might want to listen to some kind of Goat Blood Sacrifice. Point being, lately I've been really listening to The Man by the Killers because it really speaks on my
Ooh,
ego. And, the idea that, lead singer singing about, like, in a satirical manner about, like, his narcissism and egotistical ways back then, but how he's grown more humble. And ironically, I like to consider my ego a bit of a satire here. So
Oh, he's got the
I
shades
remember
on.
putting the
those who-
shades on when the camera's down.
Yeah.
The opening
Yeah.
to Martin's answer to that question is basically my answer to that question, just a wide mix of whatever. It usually has to have some kind of energy to it, though, but other than that, that's it. I have been listening to, as Stu was saying, a lot of Dream Theater lately, but that's about it.
I'm lame. I like Touched by Daft Punk.
That's good.
This is the
That's
best
good.
song.
I've actually gone through, thought about all the music I've loved, and one of the songs that repeatedly comes to mind is the song Seasons of Love from Rent. It was one of those choir songs. If you've ever been in choir, you know exactly what it is. You know how many minutes are in a year because of this fucking song.
Never played this song.
Musical, right?
I've known you 6 years.
I like how Chell like said it in a way that like the number was ambiguous.
So,
No, you're not.
this is another one that is going to be pretty fun to answer, mainly towards our managers, but it is, can we promote one of your videos on our channel?
No!
Thank you, Martin. Next question.
Just ask. Like,
Yeah.
It's
ask.
very.
Oh,
My-
did you mean like repost our videos?
It would be
Yes,
weird to
and
find
it
out
is
later.
to say like we want to promote your video as in like put it in a compilation, put it at, like maybe give it a shout out. I don't know. It depends on what it's about, but we mainly get asked questions about promoting our videos within a compilation. To which I always respond with
Ask.
yeah.
Like private message us first in a place that we can actually see it.
Privately message us, discuss it with us. We have on our YouTube channel, there's an area in the About section that says Business Inquiries. You can click on that, and it'll give you our business email for voice and cans.
fuck?
Thanks, buddy. It'll give you our
Welcome.
business email for voice and cans, and you can ask us whatever you want business-wise.
I hate work so much.
So this next one, I think, is going to be more of a solo one done by me because it's by Alex Corona asks, does
Alex, shout out to Alex.
What's up, buddy?
My sis.
Alex.
I don't
She's
know
a
who the
good-
fuck
I call you
are,
out all the.
but
Alex
you're cool.
Corona leaves
Alex,
comments on all
she's
of our
one of our
podcasts.
she's one of our most devout watchers.
Did
Yeah.
you just...
So
Okay.
Alex Corona has actually asked a couple of questions, so we're kind of going to jump back and forth between her questions
If there's
and
several, let's
other
make
ones.
them quick.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I can make this one quick because this is more of a thing behind management and shit like that. And it is, does the support button on the channel go to the same thing as the EDCM LOVAC Patreon? And I can say that it does not. The support button goes to LOVAC in its entirety, whereas the Patreon goes to EDCM, which is the thing that I run.
Wait, we get paid?
No, we get
No.
donations.
However, support to EDCM does in a way
Yeah.
passively help LOVAC.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's making Connor be able to have time to work on shit of ours, but it's not helping us. Like
Yeah, it's
the
not
specific
it's
LOVAC
not-
donations go to helping LOVAC. Like the last
Yes.
time we reached a certain amount, I was able to come here to Missouri for our first business trip. The first time.
If you would like to donate to LOVAC, use the support button. If you would like to support LOVAC, go to the EDCM Patreon.
Alright, next question.
So, next
Steelers.
question. Melendez SA asks, and I'm sorry if I read this incorrectly, but it's, oh, please tell me you're not leaving the channel to a couple of guys who will turn it into a game channel with all of your subscribers. Wink, wink.
Wait, what's it?
Melendez
so
SA
fast.
asks, oh, please tell me you are not leaving the channel to a couple of guys who will turn it into a game channel with all of your subscribers. Wink, wink.
No.
No, we're not. We're still doing voice acting. We're still doing podcasts. We're still doing all our other stuff. We just decided to add gaming because why the fuck not?
Variety.
Let's-
Well, we've had
I mean,
gaming
that
as
is-
long as
Yeah.
everything
From the
else.
dress
Yeah, I
people
haven't
away,
like if
that's
you go
the
back to the
point.
beginning of the channel, there have been game nights back like
I started
Yeah.
the first game night a month after LOVAC became a channel.
Yeah.
So
New
I don't know if you've been here long or not, buddy. But
When,
I don't know how long you've been here.
When New LOVAC was made, there were 3 videos that immediately went up. It was an introduction video, it was a comic dub, and it was a game night. So they have been here since New LOVAC was made. Not old LOVAC, but New LOVAC.
So TLDR, we're not leaving it to a couple of. I wonder what guys.
We've
they're
been
talking-
here all along.
So, Alex Corona asks, hey, what's up, Alex?
Hi, Alex. Fuck you.
Will
Be nice. She's in our Discord.
Will LOVAC Warriors be updated on
No.
Snack Chiefs or Tumblr?
Yes.
Don't go to the
Every
Smack
week,
Jeeves. I ain't
forever.
got no.
Please
Don't
do
week
not pound the
forever.
table.
Hey, Doodle, shut up.
Every
Anyway.
week forever. I swear to God.
Hey, Doodle, I swear to God, it's my fucking question and I'm gonna answer it.
Don't pound the table.
Don't go to the Smack Jeeves. I created it like a long ass time ago and I got locked out and now it's full of all my regrets.
Every week forever.
Go to lovacwarriors.tumblr.com for the actual comic. I promise that it is gonna happen. It's just I haven't had the motivation or the schedule to actually start the webcomic itself. But it is happening.
It is being worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so-
She wanted it to hit the ground running.
And everybody, be ready to chime in together because we all know the answer to this one. I will count down. It'll be 3, 2, 1. The answer. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to dub LOVAC Warriors the comic? 3, 2, 1.
Yes!
I guess. But general consensus, yes.
I'm going to
No.
hide. Oh.
Yes?
I'm gonna
No?
password
I
lock
don't know
it.
the answer to that.
Yeah, we're gonna dub it.
Yeah. So
Who
6
asked? Was that-
6 out of
Okay.
7.
Was
That
that
was
an-
that was also Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Okay, but
6 out of 7 of us said yes. CFDDFYRDR
is that the question or the name?
DR. God damn it! I got to start over. CFDDFYDRDRGRYR asks, honk.
Let me pronounce
You didn't have to. You didn't have to add this to the podcast.
Get
Out of the road, asshole!
There, there, Canadian man.
Okay.
Jamsy, I don't
Oh my
understand.
God.
Get out of bed.
So,
Your passport went away someday. babe.
general question, final general question of the night. Okay, and this is,
We can answer all
hey, this person has re-uploaded your video without permission. Are you gonna do something about it?
Yeah.
3,
We're gonna fuck
2,
him up!
No.
Yes.
If you're concerned that someone has stolen our content, chances are, more than likely, based on what we've explained earlier in this video, that they have. Don't just tell us who they are. If you can provide a link to the video, that saves so much more time for
yeah.
us.
We don't want to have to go through that whole Souls of the Innocent video on Vine thing again.
We did have a weird moment though, where a lot of people came out and started talking, and it was nice that they brought it to our attention. But to me, it was clear that like this was one guy trying to get this other guy in trouble, and he was like, "This guy used your video," and he like sent us this like 2 messages on YouTube, 2 messages in our like Gmail account, and like 2 messages I think like on our LOVAC page itself. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this must be very important. And like the person dubbed one of our Undertale comics like in Korean, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
And then we did.
No, dubbed it.
Dubbed it. Well, then that's
I guess that's how they market
Yeah.
themselves if that was the case.
You know, their whole channel is dedicated to redubbing things in Korean.
What's the
That's
problem
neat.
with that? Like it wasn't
Well,
our
it-
original
it- the
comic,
artist
was it?
was a professional,
but
yeah.
it was using Connor's edited video.
Yeah.
Oh.
However,
yeah,
which
yeah,
would
yeah.
which is a bit of a no-no.
And then the
like-
final thing, though, is that, and this can be the saving grace, keep this in mind, everybody, they did, in fact, credit everybody. They credited the sources, they credited LOVAC, they credited the artists, they credited the voice actors. They did their work to make sure everybody was credited. And that can make the difference.
Are there any other like personal questions?
Does Connor
yes.
make a good pillow? Yes.
Yeah,
I
actually
can
he does.
confirm that. Alec
Yes.
can confirm that. Everyone can confirm that eventually.
So this is going to be an interesting one. This is mainly directed to Doodle and I. And it is, are you going to make more Danganronpa animated videos? I said anonymous on Tumblr, right? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean,
Maybe.
it's
I
always
mean,
a, it's
they're
always
not-
a
they're not even-
possibility.
They're
Yeah.
fun and they're not that hard to make. It's just haven't really found the right like.
Yeah,
time
it's
and
all
footage
about
to do
getting
getting the sprites all organized. And
yeah,
whatnot, pretty
it's
much.
getting time, it's getting the right jokes too, like
Yeah.
and like being someone I've listened back through a majority of our podcasts now, and I'm like, there are a couple moments that I could see, but there are very few moments where like they just pop out, like when Hanari, God rest her soul, like called out Justin right when he entered the
Right
podcast.
as I entered the room.
Yeah. From Alex Corona, do you ever have trouble finding comic dubs? Which we touched on a
Yeah.
little, but we can probably go a little further
Depends
into.
on what you mean by having difficulty. As
Boy,
far
oh
as
boy, if a new fandom comes out, then nope.
well, like,
Yeah.
if there's a new fan that comes out, there are plenty of comics available. The issue of is, are there comics that we have the cast, not only the cast of people that do it, but a cast that can accurately, like, there's a thing with accurately displaying voices and it's a comfortable range to perform. Like, there are characters that, like, some of us can perform but may not be able to perform consistently. Like, it might wreck our voice, or we may not be able to keep consistent in the pitch or the range or whatnot.
Yeah, I tried way back. We tried to dub a comic with a princess and a dragon and stuff, and I was the dragon, and I threw my voice out for like 3 days trying to do that shit.
Final question. Oh,
Final
shit!
question?
Final question.
Final question
Oh.
from an anonymous on Tumblr. Would you guys be willing to do house tours?
No.
Not really, no.
Yeah,
Maybe
House
bedroom
tours?
tours, but no more than that.
Why do you want to be in our house?
Well, here's the closet
Welcome
where
to
my
my
dad
crib.
beats me
I think
up. That's it.
I think the only time that we would probably ever do an actual house tour is if, like, LOVAC House actually, like, became
Yeah,
a thing.
if we all
Yeah.
got to move in together.
I think that would be
That'd be cool.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Just because that right now, like, some of us live with our immediate family, and some of us have, like, may not be comfortable revealing the location or showing where their family lives.
Some of
And
us
I-
live with animals.
Some of us live with animals, and that can also cause problems when trying to film. Like, there's a lot of things that just kind of prevent that from there. And, like, really, to be perfectly honest, like, as far as, like, the main group of people that live together, which is me, Connor, Allie, and I guess by extension Stuart, since he lives literally, like, right down the street. If we do stuff that is live action, you more or less have probably seen 75% of the space that we live in. So
Yeah.
it's not much. There's not a whole lot to show off. So, like I said, if you really want to see a house tour, help support LOVAC enough so that LOVAC House can eventually
Pay
be
for
a
our
thing.
mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pay our
that would be
mortgage.
the ideal thing, and you would
Pay for
probably
my
see a lot more live action
Pay for
content.
Arnold.
So you would probably see a lot more live action content in that scenario anyway.
Yeah.
Because we'd all be around and interacting with one another, so a lot more opportunities for stuff to happen live and in person is very much a thing. But given the current circumstances, I just don't think that it's
Possible?
plausible. Plausible is probably a better word for it.
Mm-hmm. And then with that, I believe that would be the end of the LOVAC Q&A. Those were the questions that were asked.
We had Nate here say some really long, drawn-out sentence about stuff to edit into the video, but he's not, so he's not going to say that.
When you know that you're about to say that.
You want to do it,
Perfect.
Stevie? Yep.
That's it.
What a cuck.